Hello everyone, welcome to the third BlackLegend stream right now. Last time we had some technical difficulties, so we decided to just record the footage with less chance of disconnection issues and upload it that way. So I have a bit more control over what is shown, and yeah, hopefully make sure everything goes right. Same guy as last time, Menno van der Heijden, I'm the game's director. And today we've prepared a save file to show you another quest line. This time we're going to help the White Wives, which is this Dutch folklore about these female spirits that are tied to the mortal realm. They were either herbalists in a past life and sort of decided to stay on Earth, or they are the spirits of widows who had unfaithful husbands in their lives. So yeah, typical Dutch folklore that we're going to explore a bit today. If you haven't watched them already, our previous gameplay streams are up on YouTube. You can watch the video on demand there. That gives you a bit more of an idea about what the game is about, how the game plays, so we don't have to explain it every time we do another stream. So make sure to watch those. Other than that, we're just going to jump right into it. So we have the save file prepared here. I'm going to just press load the game, and I believe it's this one. Yeah. There we are. So we start in the Shipyard District. I'm just going to pick this up real quick. And our quest givers are right here. First off, I'll just show off the party that we've prepared in advance. Again, and if you watch the previous streams, you kind of know a bit already about what goes into the creation of these characters. So we have Giorno here, our main character. He's set up as a guard, which is a very defensive class. Most of his skills apply the black alchemy stack. And then from his time as a plague doctor and a duelist, he picked up some other skills as well. Healing herbs is especially nice for us, because that's going to give us a nice healing option and gets rid of a bunch of negative status effects, which is always quite convenient. We have Octavia, our marauder, and she's going to act as our alchemy setup unit. And actually she just learned this overwhelm ability from her steel greatsword, which means she will apply a red stack, but it also comes with the overpowered status effect, which means any alchemy stack that we apply gets doubled while that debuff is on the enemy. So that is really convenient for all of our other units. Now her skill stat here isn't too high, it's only 92 compared to everyone else. So we want to use her to set up the stacks, but then we sort of want to detonate them with either Flores or Giorno or even Peter or Alchemist, because they have higher skill stats, and it's the skill stat that determines how much damage you deal with a catalyst. So, but because she learned her overwhelm ability, I'm actually going to give her a different weapon. So this Bardic will teach her the blunt side ability, which is it's more of a basic one, very high base damage. We'll just apply 2 black stacks, and because we learned this ability already, we get to keep it anyway. So let's see here, we have Flores, this is our commander. So commanders are very much a support unit. In this case, he's learning the Inspiring Shout ability, which is going to increase all our offensive capabilities. And then we have Hotshot, which is unique because of his pistol. And what's special about Hotshot is you fire twice, but there's a pause in between the abilities. So if you can choose to either apply both a red and a white stack to a single target, or you apply the red stack first to one enemy and then decide, okay, I need the white one on another. You can switch targets, so that makes this a very powerful ability. Does cost 3 action points though, so it will take his entire turn to use. He also has some cross-class abilities from being a plague doctor, and in this case Kidney Shot comes from the rogue class. And finally we have Peter as our alchemist. He's been mostly a ranged character, as you can tell by his very high marksmanship stat. For the most part, he's been a sharpshooter, which he picked up these 2 abilities from. So a heated shot to set people on fire, and then the snipe ability just for 2 convenient black stacks. He spent some time to learn Sever Artery as an executioner, which is 2 white stacks. And then for his current class, he's learning Panacea, which is very similar to the Plague Doctor's ability. But instead of cleansing negative stats effects, it will get rid of any alchemy stacks on the person that receives this. So not only will it heal them up, but it will keep them safe if they're at a risk of being catalyzed by the enemy. So a very powerful and convenient ability, but it does cost 3 action points. So we have to Make sure to use that sparingly. Let's see here. He still has room for another consumable item, so let's just let's keep up with the theme and give him a grenade. There's the. It looks very similar to Flores right now, so I'm just gonna have him let his hair down. There we go. Oh, nice. So that's the group that we're going with. That said, let's just pick up the quest and see if we can make it all the way to the quest's objective.
Oh. One approaches us. One approaches those who can only walk the white. How very curious. How very curious indeed. We gaze upon the waters and lament the previous ones. The ones who so unfaithfully left us. The ones who believed the calling of an immortal one was greater than the calling of those who loved them. Are you, perhaps, one whose loyalty does not waver? One who sees things through until the end, until death parts you from it? Show us this resolve, and show those who lack it as well. In the harbour they reside, their presence forever betrayed by the rings that bind us. In the harbour they will remain, after witnessing your greatness. Now, go forth with our blessing, and become a faithful one.
So, turns out that their husbands have been too loyal to them, and we've got a quest to exact vengeance upon them in the Harbor District, which incidentally is across the bridge, and then we're ending up in the Commoner District, and from there we're gonna basically end up across the waters in the harbor, where the husbands are apparently hiding somewhere, so we're gonna have to explore that a bit to find them. Apparently they're bound by the rings on their finger, which is how she apparently knows that they're over there. So let's just go on and head over there. So the map design in BlackLegend, we've focused to try and create these little shortcuts so that as you explore the city it becomes more and more open and more convenient to travel through. Having said that, we're also, looks like we're encountering our very first enemies. So these are delirious cultists who don't care too much about their own safety, sanity or appearance, and in combat they're gonna try to cut themselves, which will let in more fog through their blood, and that will essentially make them go berserk. But at the same time it's gonna apply red alchemy stacks upon them, which we can easily exploit to catalyze them, but it seems like if we're a bit careful we... Nope. Tried to sneak past him, but unfortunately doesn't seem to be the case. So in the turn order here we notice that Octavia gets to go first, and then two of their delirious dragoons over here. So, or not the dragoons, they're rogues. So I'm gonna put Octavia to the front, and then next of our units is our main character Giorno, so we're gonna just put him up there as well. Peter is next, so let's just put him here for like a flanking maneuver. Speaking of, I want him to face that way. And then Commander is our final unit, we'll put him in the back line. Like so. Let's put him a bit more over there. Alright, that looks good. Let's start combat. So Octavia is gonna go first. I'm just gonna go over here. And gonna go immediately for the overwhelm. So that's gonna apply one stack, but it also applied the overpowered effect. So now any stack that I apply to this unit is doubled. So with the kidney shot, instead of one stack, I apply two. And then because they're nice and bunched up, I'm just gonna use this Molotov here. Set them all on fire and make this terrain an absolute nightmare to get through. With that done, I'm gonna take a quick healing potion. And let's walk over here to the side to create some space for our other units. So he just cut himself and applied the delirium, so all his stats are boosted now, but he got 2 red stacks, and with the yellow one from the burning, we have bronze ready to go on him. He's gonna do the same, so that's both crimson and bronze on him. Looks like he's going for Flores over there. So I think he has enough stacks already and low enough health that we can just instantly kill him with our main character, which is what we're gonna do. Wham. And we just got some health back because of a trinket we have, which is the Blood Coral Ring. That says for every stack of red on an enemy, we get a bit of our health back if we damage them. And because of our catalyst damage being so high, we just got a lot of health back. So now I'm just gonna move in behind him and use a swift kick so that we both have bronze prepped and we have a gold catalyst ready. Just gonna move over here. Create some space here for Peter, who is currently fine, I think. Yeah. I'm not missing too much health, so I'm just gonna move around and didn't think to. So because of the way blunderbusses work, it's one of the few weapons with friendly fire. If I shoot him, I will probably kill him, but I'm also gonna end up damaging Flores over here. So I'm just gonna pick a better position like this and fire this direction. There we go, that took care of him. Let's see, I have any use for this grenade here? Fortunately they're out of range and he's already on fire, so he's gonna get yellow stacks anyway, so I'm just gonna choose to end my turn here. It's Flores' turn. I'm just going to yeah, let's go for the sneaky backstab on this guy with this ability here. In terms of health, I'm gonna get rid of the poison like so, using the healing herbs we've learned from being a plague doctor. And my turn there. So he just cut himself as well. He's gonna move through the fire and set both of our characters on fire. So the Dragoon class is very much a very high mobility AoE class that has a bunch of fire-based skills. So all of our characters are almost burning. Octavia is poisoned, unfortunately. So I want Octavia to learn her new blunt sight ability, so I'm gonna move up to his flank and apply 2 black stacks this way. So now 2 red, 2 black, that makes 2 crimson. And then because we only have 1 yellow stack and 2 red, it only counts as 1 bronze. So that's a nice setup for, let's see who's next here, Peter. He could try to catalyze this one, or we can focus on this one, which is safer because we're all bunched up together here. So instead, I'm gonna spend my last action point for a swift kick, get a critical hit, nice. And now it's Peter's turn. So we're burning, we have yellow stack. Let's see, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw this grenade in such a way that it doesn't hit us. Like so. So now he has 2 red, 2 yellow, that makes 2 bronze. And we're just gonna use the catalyzing blast to take him out. Like so. Just face this direction. Now it's Giorno's turn. Let's see here, what can we do? Let's, well, he's already on low health, so let's just end his misery with a nice catalyzing strike. There we go. That's that combat over. Now they drop some goodies for us. A Molotov cocktail, really nice. Got it back after we used it. 2 balancing pellets and some vermilion, which is the currency of Grant. So that's going to be convenient later if we were going on a shopping trip. But for now, let's open up this door. And those who caught last week's stream, they've seen this area. We sort of did a loop around. So now this area is easily accessible immediately rather than having to go all the way around. So that's kind of how the level design works in this case. I'm just gonna move over here and into the Commoner District. There we go. So already I see some cultists over there. And it looks like they are keeping an eye out, but I think we can sneak past like so. Excellent. And then nothing over there, nothing over there. Can get some smooth sailing directly into the Harbor District. There we are. So because I played a bit in advance, we've opened some shortcuts already. So we can either head this way through all the dogs or go through these cultists. It looks like they are a bit more advanced than just this Delirious. Judging by their gas masks, these are what we call the tier 2 cultists. So they have these fog grenades that are not only gonna deal damage to us, they're gonna apply these clouds of fog that will make it difficult for our ranged characters to shoot through, because we can't see, and if we're caught in the fog where we're gonna start choking, that's gonna reduce all our stats. So this is looks like a very annoying, dangerous battle, while these dogs over here, they look a bit less intimidating. But for the sake of entertainment and just to show off more of the game, we're gonna fight these guys. Now, because Jono here has learned all his abilities as a guard, I'm just gonna switch him up to a different one. So this Doppelsoldner, they sort of specialize in being more against other units, so other humanoids more specifically. And we have this cool cleave ability, which can hit multiple opponents at once and apply red, which is really nice, as we're gonna fight 4 cultists at once. And now we can pick our cross-class abilities. So I'm gonna go with the healing herbs, just because of how convenient it is to have a heal. Let's see, what else can we pick? Because we have quite a bit of red, I'm thinking it would be nice to have something that goes well with it, so either black or yellow. So just gonna pick the Rusty Needle from the Plague Doctor, and then for a final ability, let's see here, what can we pick? Bolster. So Bolster is a guard skill that will just give us a temporary stamina increase, which is going to increase our maximum hit points and then heal up the difference as well. So that will keep giving us our tankiness without having to be the guard class. So that's all set up. Octavia's learning her new ability. Floris still has to do some work on these two, and then Peter hasn't really used the Panacea yet, but the next battle will be anything to go by. Probably be likely that we will have to use it here. So we're going up against a Buccaneer, their Doppelsoldner, a Landsknecht, and a Rogue. So they have a very varied party, and it looks like their Rogue and their Landsknecht are going to go first. And then it's our Marauder, and then it's their Buccaneer, and then it's the rest of our units. So I'm just gonna try to position myself in such a way that kind of makes sense for us. Like so, put them on the front line. Actually, gonna space them out a bit, just because I fought them in the past, and they're gonna try to create a smoke screen of fog. This is gonna make it us a bit less bunched up, make it harder for them to get all of us at the same time. Let's see here. I'll let you over there. Alright, let's go. So the Delirious, they tend to prioritize applying a Delirium. She's gonna move a bit to the back, waiting for a better opportunity. Heartseeker, so we have a red stack and a white stack. As you level up through the game, enemies learn more abilities as well and become a lot more dangerous. For Octavia, I am going to throw this Molotov again, and that will either force them to have to move through this fire or go through this very tiny space where our tanky unit sort of has it blocked off. So we're still trying to play as tactically as possible. I'm gonna go to this Landsknecht here for his back, and the same old trick, so apply overpowered. And then let's give him the kidney shot for the 2 black stacks, like so. Caught 2 red from this Buccaneer, and he just drank a bottle of rum, so that is going to reduce his ranged attack with his pistol, but his physical attacks are going to be a lot more dangerous now. So yeah, be very careful with him. Let's just throw this grenade because these 2 are nice and bunched up. Then they're already on fire, which isn't too interesting to reapply, but with this Sever Artery I can apply 2 white stacks, which is bumped up to 4 because he's overpowered. So we have 1 crimson, 2 silver, 2 gold, and 1 bronze ready to go on this Landsknecht. So despite having a lot of health still, if we catalyze him, he's going to be in a world of pain. Best way to do that, just to make absolutely sure that we kill him, is go for the flanking maneuver here. So, there we And this guy here, we still have a grenade, but I kinda don't want to waste it on a single unit. So I'm just gonna end my turn now with an action point left. As for here, let's see, does this work? Yes, it does. So we have this cleave ability, which is an AoE ability, so it's kind of puts your unit at the center and then attacks 3 tiles. So this way, even though I'm out of reach for a direct hit, I can still reach this Buccaneer and apply red stack that way. I'm also just gonna bolster myself, that is significantly increase my health, and just move him here to sort of lock off this area so we still have some movement space and can keep focusing on this unit while also distracting these 2 here. Or they can just be forced to move through the fire. So that's his rogue's turn. Rogues are very agile, so he has a lot of movement. He's gonna poison us with his venom sting and give us the old kidney shot. So we now have silver ready on our main character, so we have to keep track of that, and this rogue is very dangerous in that regard. Let's see here. I think, yeah, we can get rid of this Buccaneer. Load his health enough, and we applied enough stacks for that. Now he's burning, so on his turn he's gonna get a yellow stack. So I'm just gonna apply a white one. And then after his turn, when there's a yellow one here, we know we have gold ready to go. Other than that, I'm just gonna already move Octavia over here to help with the rogue in a bit. Like so. Flores is doing okay, but he's got a red stack, and I really want Peter to learn the Panacea ability. So I'm just gonna use that to remove the red stack, and that's also gonna make some progress to learning the ability permanently. So you have to keep using the abilities if you want to keep them forever. It's not enough to just have them active in battle. You have to actively use them to get any progress. And then just move along here. Like so. Let's see here. By the same logic, we're gonna use this hotshot ability. So something we can do is we're gonna apply red stack on him. That's the first part of our ability, so now it's 1 white, 1 red. Now, I don't really want to apply another white one to this guy, but I do want to do it to this one. So, because hotshot is a 2-part ability, we can choose where the second part goes. So I'm gonna put my back to the wall, so you can't exploit that. And just cleave us. So the same ability that we used. Let's see here. I'm fine, but I'm poisoned, unfortunately. So I'm just going to stab him with a rusty needle, and then use the healing herbs to get rid of the poison. Poison, in case you need to remember, it will reduce all healing by half, so it's best to get rid of it first before you do something like this, drinking a potion. That way you get more out of the consumable item, and half of it doesn't go to waste. Alright, it's the rogue's turn now. Gonna go for the backstab venom sting here, and the kidney shot. So yeah, Octavia is a bit of a risk, but I think, no, we don't have enough yet. So I'm just gonna move in behind here, closer to Peter, because I want Octavia to receive the Panacea to get rid of the stacks and heal her up. But that also is convenient, because that puts us at the back, which means we can apply a black stack, and have enough action points to just kill him outright. There we go. So now it's the double Soldner's turn. He's just gonna cleave Flores over here, move through the fire, and face us here. Alright, so another great way to use the Panacea here. Got rid of all those alchemy stacks. Like so, and for our own healing, we're just gonna drink this potion here. That will help him learn the ability a bit more quickly. So we have 2 yellow stacks, and this is perfect for a hot shot. This way we can make it 2 red and 2 white on top of that, and that way we have 2 bronze and 2 gold catalysts ready. Like so. And that's also more progress towards learning it. And then finally, let's just go for the flank and ice this fool. Done. So they decided to go for us directly rather than use their fog grenades, which was really useful. That especially helped our ranged character here. So far, Looks like the city is a bit more empty right now because I've already been through this area, and as you clear up more and more cultist encounters in the city, their activity will be reduced. So while at first this entire district was overrun with cultists, you notice it's a lot more quiet here now, because we've already went up and cleaned up some of them. Doesn't mean it's entirely safe, but definitely a lot of reduced activity. A lot of them are down there. But there are some over there I see. And looks like it's a bunch of delirious. And then those look very different from the rest of the cult. Don't have any masks on, so this might be the people we are looking for. They have some doggies with them as well, so they're not all alone. And yeah, I think it's time we confront them about their wives. So they have, let's see here, there's Lyle, there's Guinness, and there's Colin. And they have some wild hounds to assist them as well. So a lot of enemies, a lot of targets. We're gonna just send some regards from their wives.
Oh, look, some lapdogs from the Gilded Claw. Decided to give up your foolish resistance and lay down your life for Mephisto's legacy?
Oh, something ain't right, Lyle. As soon as they approached, my wedding ring started burning. I don't like this.
Let's kill them quickly then. Slit their throats and drag their corpses to Antoinette for a handsome reward.
How'd they even find us? We picked this spot specifically so the big shots wouldn't catch us slacking off. I just wanted antidote and food, not to pull people from their homes and collect blood. Hey, Lyle, you don't think... Could it be them? It can't be. They died when we ran. I saw her.
So they're quite unnerved by our presence here, which is good. But they don't seem too undeterred to kill us. Let's see here. I'm just going to throw this. Set both of those doggies on fire, and then use this this acid flask here on Lyle, which is going to poison him, apply 2 stacks, and he's gonna be placed in a pool of acid, which will reduce his armor, meaning he's gonna take extra damage, and then heal up from the last battle a bit. Last action point I'm going to save, just so our next turn comes faster, and because I can't really immediately reach him. Yeah, so the dogs are more of supporting units in this case. They're gonna try to bleed us and apply a bunch of diseases. Aha, so I used a rogue ability called Anticipation. And what that does is we have now a 50% chance to just not deal damage to him, which is going to be quite frustrating for us. Let's see here. So we have a bunch of stacks in Giorno, but because these are tank units, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. We're gonna use this Sever Artery on this Wild Hound, like so. And let's throw a grenade in there, for good measure. There you go, so the burning is gonna give this Wild Hound another stack of yellow, and that means 2 gold stacks, and hopefully we can work off of that later. Peter has very high adrenaline right now, 94. That means the next attack has a 94% chance to critically hit, which will definitely be useful, as we want to try and cripple these cultists a bit. Let's see here. He's going to be burning soon. Unfortunately, I'm sort of caught between everything because units can't move through other units. But because Flores is nice and centralized around our other characters, we're just going to use the Inspiring Shout. And that's going to give all of us the Inspired bonus. And then this cultist, let's just give him the old punch. Like so. Can't move unfortunately because this dog is blocking us. We have Giorno here. And if I want to do so, I'm gonna have to move through the fire, unfortunately, but that way we can definitely do this with the cleave ability. Like so. And then walk a few tiles back. Throw this flash grenade, which is going to blind these dogs, and apply another stack of white. And then let's use our final action point to stab this hound with a rusty needle. Get a critical backstab. So now this dog has a disease and 2 white stacks ready to go. I'm just gonna drink up just the top of my health. So even though this this character Colin here is a buccaneer, he just used an ability from a commander. So it looks like these cultists have also picked up some tips on how to cross-class abilities. Yeah. This wild hound here, we're gonna use the overwhelm ability, so they take double stacks, and then just set them up completely. This should be enough alchemy stacks where a single catalyst will take them out. Move over here, more defensive spot, so our backs aren't too exposed. So Peter now has full 100% adrenaline, meaning our next attack is going to be a guaranteed critical hit. And if he moves like that, I think we have a great opportunity to show off the alchemy system in a bit with his blunderbuss over here. Floor is a bit of a danger right now. So what I'm going to do is move over here and use the catalyzing blast. So now all these enemies are caught in it, and we're just gonna get a bunch of catalysts at the same time. So let's just enjoy the fireworks here. So that's 2 dogs down. Lyle is severely injured. Guinness took a bit of a blast as well, so we instantly took out 2 of the dogs. Really, really good. Excellent use of the catalyzing blast ability. But that's unfortunately took our entire turn. Alright, two stacks disappeared. It's because of a passive effect of this armor set that Flores is wearing, where every turn 2 random stacks are selected and then removed, which is really nice passive effect to have. Do I have any stats effect? Yeah, he's exposed and overpowered, so definitely want to get rid of that with some healing herbs, and then get back some missing health as well. Drink up the potion. Let's see here. Actually gonna move a bit closer again and use this flash grenade on Colin because he has a pistol. It's gonna blind him and reduce his marksmanship stat, which is what determines range damage, by 25%. So that's gonna make him a bit less of a danger. The final action point we'll just store for the next turn. As for Guinness, unfortunately I'm burning and I'm diseased, so the healing herbs will just have to come through in this case. We're gonna just apply some stacks to Guinness over here, inflict him with a disease, like so. If the names of these cultists look familiar, good job. You have an excellent taste in gaming. Alright, this guy's almost dead. Lyle over here. We're just going to set up some stacks. I don't think I can kill him in one go. So we'll just set up the stacks for one of our allies to finish him off, probably with a ranged attack or something. And then move to the back of the field. Cover our back. And he just died to the fire. Nice. Peter just got catalyzed by Guinness, unfortunately, and I already set up a new stack. Yeah, very dangerous. What can I do here? Guinness is in no danger of being killed, neither of them are. I'm gonna move Peter a bit more to the back here. And we're gonna apply 2 white stacks so that we have 2 stacks of gold ready on Guinness. Like so. Keep her back to the wall. It's gonna be nice and convenient for Flores to just get a shot off. Like so. We still have one action point left. I'm just gonna stab Colin over here with a rusty needle. So we have a stack of gold and he's got a disease now. And it looks like we're full up on adrenaline for our next turn, so that's gonna be a guaranteed critical hit. Let's see here. Fortunately, the cleave doesn't really let me catch both of them. So I am just going to go for the dog here, like so, and let's bolster ourselves so we have a bit more health. It's just to keep us safe because we're both burning and we caught a disease in this case. Alright, use the hot shot ability. Just moving. The dog, same deal. Just got flanked. I think I'll do this, then we have one crimson, one bronze, and that's unfortunately not enough to outright kill him, but definitely puts him at death's door. And Peter's health is getting low enough where I just want him to drink the panacea. It's also more progress towards learning the ability, but I will end this turn a bit earlier, unfortunately. The dog... looks like he died already. Let's see here. Let's just use the hotshot ability on Colin, as he's making his last stand against us. So, go for the backstab to maximize the damage potential. And just... oh, how much does he have? 2 hit points. Well, nothing a rusty needle can't fix. There we go. Critical backstab. And the wife sent their regards. So what you can see here, our quest updated. Apparently the leader of that trio is called Anneke, and tells us to report back to them after what happens. Let's see here. Pick up the goodies, of course. Bunch of throwing daggers, some more money that we could potentially spend in the shop. Like so. Now I have to find a way back into the shipyard. Most of the way is clear, so we made our way through here. Just keeping an eye out for any treasures that we've got to pick up. Doesn't look like it. Let's just go back to the Commoner District here, like so. I think I can avoid that duo over there. Let's go check our units again just to make sure. So our main character Giorno here, he's almost done learning the cleave ability, which is nice. We still need to use blunt sight a lot more before we've learned that. We've learned hotshot, so if we have any other weapons of that type, we don't. We could have swapped it to a different pistol and start learning that ability, but unfortunately doesn't seem to be the case. And let's see here, Peter has learned Panacea, which is perfect. So now because we learned this ability, this one's grayed out at the moment, because that means we do have the weapon to learn this ability, we just don't have it equipped yet. So let's just switch to the regular steel blunderbuss, which is a bit weaker than what we have, but because it comes with a new ability, it's still worth using. So this is the same acid flask that I believe Octavia here has learned already. Very powerful, applies poison, 2 stacks, and drops a pool of acid. Very powerful. And yeah, I think that's all of our characters prepped. Go, let's just head back to the shipyard. Like so. There we are. So because we opened up the shortcut, we can avoid a lot of cultists over here. It actually looks like there's some treasure up there, which I do want to check out, I think. Let's just climb this crate. I saw cultists move over there, but if we move quickly, we can avoid that. There's some treasure here. Found a broadaxe and some Dawnwatch attire. And then over here we have a Flintlock Pistol, which I think is different from this one. Yeah, let's see here. It teaches abilities for the Rogue class and the Inquisitor class. So it's not too interesting for Flores here as a commander, because it doesn't teach him any ability, but the stats are better. So this gives 10% marksmanship and 5% skill. This gives 15% marksmanship and 100% concentrated power of will. I couldn't resist. So we're just gonna equip him the better one for now. Even if it doesn't teach him a new ability, it's still gonna make a difference in terms of his stats. And the Dawn Watch attire, right now we already have tier 1, we just have a secondary backup in case we want to switch to a light class again. This armor set is really good for physical damage dealers because it gives a bunch of strength and skill and a little bit of health. Definitely more than the base sets. Speaking of, since he is already quite slow, I might as well offer him some more protection, because last battle he got hurt pretty bad. So we have this guard armor here, which will give a minus 30% movement, or not necessarily movement, but agility penalty, but it gives him 40% more stamina, and he has a very low stamina. If I equip this, he already has a lot more survivability. Unfortunately, his turn will come a lot later. Let's just give him the helmet as well, just because I really like how it looks. So his turn will come later, and his movement points may have been reduced a bit, but this is going to keep him a lot safer in combat, which is definitely something you want for a supportive class like the Alchemist. So with that said, it seems that our White Wives are still over there. So we can report to them about their husband's unfortunate demise at our hands at their behest.
This one returns faithfully. To think ones of your kind still exist in this world. Our old ones have been punished. The rings that bound us have shattered. We require new ones, forged from the shining essence of silver. So go, take this berry and clutch it to your chest. When you force the silver from the ones who worship the immortal one, this fruit shall become a vessel. From the souls within, we may create the soul of a new one. We hope the soul is of a faithful one.
Alright, so the husbands have been punished, but they want to create a new one. What that implies is not too clear at this stage, but they just gave us a trinket here. It's called a juniper berry. Just check here, black pearl, juniper berry, an instrument of the White Wives who may only walk the mists and fog. This berry is capable of capturing and holding soul fragments of men when they're struck with the silver catalyst. What the quest tells us to do is to damage male cultists using a silver catalyst while we have this trinket equipped and absorb their souls. And we have to do that 10 times. So this quest is plays more with the alchemy system, so we're gonna have to check our units right now and see who would be best at getting stacks of silver on enemies. And I think, let's see here. So in this case it might be interesting to change classes so we can apply silver more easily, but it looks like we're just gonna have to build stacks regularly. So what I'm gonna do is change my cross-class abilities so that we focus more on silver. So in this case I want Swift Kick because it costs 1 action point and it applies the white alchemy stack. And then Bolster isn't as interesting right now, but let's see here, this Kidney Shot definitely is. So that's 2 abilities that we can apply directly, and then if we catalyze we can get some silver going. Now, as to who we want to get this on, let's see. Did you spend time as a duelist? You did not. That's fine. I think I'm gonna give it to let's see here. I'm gonna give it to Octavia, even though she isn't as good as at catalyzing. This might work to our advantage in this case because we're not gonna be outright killing the target with a high amount of the catalyst damage. We're just going to extract the soul and put it in this juniper berry. So I'm gonna equip it to her. So now in combat we have to keep in mind that we try to catalyze silver as often as possible with Octavia. So very different from the typical kill and fetch quest. In this case we have to catalyze silver specifically on male cultists. Fortunately most of them are men, so we shouldn't have too much trouble trying to find them. See here. Yeah, there's a few over there, and I can tell, I think this Delirious, yeah, you can tell they don't have a shirt on, is male. So anything else we need to prepare with? Our health is good. Let's just jump right in there and get as much silver from these guys as possible. I think both of them are actually male. Just gotta move our units up to the front. Their Marauder is gonna go first, so our... And then it's Octavia's turn. Yeah, let's start this way. So he's gonna apply Delirium and overwhelm Giorno. So we have to be careful with Giorno, he's gonna take double stacks at this point. Let's just... one, and then throw this. So I have a stack of silver ready on this guy. Now unfortunately Octavia is the one who has to catalyze them. So instead of going for direct kills, I'm just gonna try to get as much silver on both of these guys as I can. Should I? No, it's fine. That's the fog bomb I was talking about because we're so bunched up. So this fog is now debilitating our stats by quite a significant percentage. And it's also going to prevent some ranged attacks from going through, so we definitely want to get out of that fog as quickly as possible. I'm just gonna jump up here and snipe this guy. So that's another stack of silver ready to go. Not much else I can do. I can chuck this grenade though. Get some gold in there, like so. And for the rest, I'm just... apply stacks of silver to these guys. Take a step back. So that's 3 stacks of silver on this guy, and then 1 stack of silver on that guy. Because we're taking more time to kill these guys, their adrenaline is gonna build. As you can tell here, this Plague Doctor is about to crit, so we definitely want to take him out. Shouldn't be too difficult, even with low skill stat. Like so. There, we just got 3 stacks of silver catalyzed. So that all went into the berry. Drank up because our health was low. And let's get ready here. Move in for the backstab, and that's with this black one. Just gonna cleave as well, just to keep learning the ability. That's him weakened enough, I think. Let's see here. Anyone in need of medical attention? Not really, but I'm still gonna give Octavia a panacea. Just to keep her healed up for the next battles. Let's get rid of the red stack. Like so. So if you look at the stats here right now, because he's in the fog, he's kind of choking. And as soon as I move out, you will notice our stats increase significantly from not being in there. So these tier 2 cultists, that one over here, definitely dangerous. Anything else we can do? I don't think I will kill him with this this double shot. Nope. Perfect. That's his turn again. Very close to getting a crit now, almost at 50%. Can climb up there, and we're just gonna go for the backstab. And it's like so. So we got 2 silver catalysts out of this one. With Octavia, which is perfect. Just 8 left to go. Now, unfortunately, dogs don't count. So we just have to go through it the normal way. Using all of our skills, which is nice. We can go all out on these guys. This is gonna affect Peter, and this one is infecting Flores. Should all be good. So because there's no reason for me to keep them alive, I'm just gonna use all my tools to just be as efficient as possible. So that's gonna apply yellow stacks because they're burning on their turn. Add some black. Let's go for the swift kick as well. Have a bit of a western kick the dog moment. And make some space for our other units. Flores, because he's in a perfect position for this, just gonna use Inspiring Shot. It's gonna buff all of our characters. And let's just throw a flash grenade, like so. And return the disease favor with a rusty needle. Building stacks is a lot easier if you don't need to be conservative about it. And looks like we can catalyze this dog already. Like so. That takes care of him. I'm not gonna move through the fire to this guy, so I'm just gonna position myself over here. And screw it, let's just bite this doggy. There we go. Keep the one action point for our next turn. He's already on fire, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue, so I'm just gonna move back a bit. Fire this snipe action on him, so we have 2 black stacks. Like so. What's this doggy going to do? It's gonna stay up there. This one is gonna go for the bite in the bottom. Not too worrying, we have plenty of health on our main character. There we go. Again, because I want to learn this ability, I'm not gonna go for the catalyst immediately. Rather, I just want to use it so that we can keep it later. Because we found another axe, and I definitely want to equip that on her. Because the ability looks very good. Can't reach that dog, so I'm just going to punch him, cleave him, and then put myself over here to start working on this dog next. Let's see here, Peter's turn. It's a bit awkward with the blunderbuss in this case. So I'm not going for the catalyst in this case, I just want to learn the ability. So I'm gonna use the acid flask to make some more progress to that. And then Flores can have the honors of dealing the damage here. So yeah, Flores' skill stat is 205 at the moment, which I think is mostly because he has a trinket that every time he catalyzes gold, he gets a boost in skill. And that just sort of gets this ball rolling of him dealing continuously more damage throughout the fight. Now we have a nice full circle on this dog. Like so. What's this guy going to do? Ignore us, hope. Alright, he went for the butt bite. Let's just go for it. Like so. Drink up the potion just in preparation for the next battle. Peter here is taking some damage from the disease. Can I reach this dog? Maybe? Nope. Well, not with the acid flask ability, but I can still hit him with... set him on fire. Like so. Bam. It's his turn next, so he's gonna get another yellow stack, so not too interesting that I tried the grenade. Let's see here. Gonna apply some black. And some white. Perfect. Let's see here, will this be enough damage? No, unfortunately not, so I'm just gonna use the hot shot ability to apply some more stacks on this doggy. And not much I can do here, I think, unless I move this way. Yeah, I can hit him with the acid flask. Let's just do that. This is a bit awkward because with the shotgun, and I think I can hit him. Let's see if I do it like this. Yeah, without harming my own. There we go. So I guess one of the dogs was male because we still made progress towards getting the silver catalyst build up in the berry. It's very nice. I didn't go up here, I believe. Is there any treasure? Looks like there's a bit of a shortcut. Ah, there's a treasure chest. Found a Flintlock Pistol. Not sure if that is different from what we have. No, it's just another Flintlock Pistol. We already had one of those. I think a few more uses of Inspiring Shot and we can change Floris's equipment here. Still need a lot more work on the Alchemist Flask. So we learned Blunt Sight, we've learned Overwhelm, so we can switch weapons now and keep these two abilities. And we picked up this Broad Axe, which teaches us Rage, so that deals damage to us, but we get Empowered, which increases Strength, and we get Hastened, which increases Agility, and we're also going to increase our Adrenaline. So this is great if we notice that we don't have anything to do, no enemies are in reach. We can just give ourselves 2 buffs at the cost of a little health, which is great. And then we got the Scavenger passive, which increases the drop rate for loot, which is unique to the Marauder class. Very convenient. Let's see here, you can equip another consumable item. Let's just go for some throwing knives because we have plenty of those. You're all packed with grenades, all working fine and dandy. Let's go look for more cultists. So there's some doggies over there. And how did we end up after the last battle? We're missing a bit of health, but because we're in this area here, this is the quarter tree. And for those who didn't catch it in the last streams, these are sort of points where you can get a healing, but only if you have a certain item on you, which is in the key items district. Or not district, section. Ironweed bowstrings, no. We don't have these, I believe, unless they're somewhere else. We can just quickly check. No. So it's asking us for a bloodstained nail, which is an item that once we consume it, we can nail it to this tree, and that will fully heal our party. This is sort of your healing station. You can notice there's some coins stapled to them. We actually have these trees here in Belgium, and I think some in the Netherlands as well, where during medieval times people believed that if they had a toothache, they would just have to nail like a coin to these trees, and then the tree would absorb the pain, and you wouldn't have to deal with it anymore. But I think the cult had different interpretation of trees and pain in this case. Yeah. But definitely keep an eye out for those when you're playing the game, because they're not too common, and on normal and higher difficulties your party will not fully restore health at the end of a battle. On easy difficulty you will. Seems like they have a lot of doggies in this district. It doesn't seem I can immediately avoid them unless we can get a bit creative here with climbing. So yeah, many nooks and alleys and crannies in Grant lets you avoid certain combat, so I don't want to fight these doggies, but I do want to fight these cultists. Now, one of them's female, for obvious reasons, and looks like they have 2 males. So I can get rid of the woman first, and then try to catalyze as much silver as possible on these men. Let's just jump into combat. Because we've been traveling in circles a bit, our health has been restored, which is only on normal difficulty. Just moving through the city will slowly regenerate health, bit by bit. And then on higher difficulties, or like the hardest, you will not regenerate at all. So you will have to rely on those quarter trees over there. Yeah, so let's see who is at the front. It's a male, female, and then at the back, I think he's male. Kind of difficult to tell. Yeah, it should be fine. So if we can, we're gonna take out this rogue here first, and then try to set up as much silver as possible on these two. Yep. Start combat. Alright, so let's see here. She is the female one, so I'm just going to apply 2 stacks of black. Like so, get a counterattack of course. Kick her in the face. Unfortunately I'm stuck between my own units right here, so I'm just gonna have to end my turn like this. He's gonna enter his delirium and gonna get venom sting. So alright, it's Floris' turn. What can we do here? Let's use the Inspiring Shout, because we're very close to learning that ability. And I definitely want to give all our units a big damage boost. Other than that, what do we have left? We have 1 action point. Let's just give this rogue a disease. Like so. That's just gonna make it very easy for us to get rid of this woman. Like so. And I still have an action point left, so what I'm gonna do is, in this case, give it a kidney shot. It's gonna apply black, get a counterattack, and then with this grenade, I can throw it over here, and that way he has a stack of silver. Out of movement, unfortunately, so I have to make space with Peter over here. Making sure that Octavia can catalyze this guy for his silver. What shall we do here? We're all poisoned. I'm just gonna throw this on him. There's plenty of health left. Like so. Move to the side, create some space, and cover my back. Oh, he's gonna go for that. Ouch. So now we have silver on us. And he also has silver on us. Maybe they're on the same quest, who knows. Let's see here. I definitely want to get to you, but that means I'm gonna have to move through this acid and poison, which is unfortunate, but can be avoided. Quest is more important in this case. That's another silver that we just got. Perfect. And then on this one, I am just going to throw the flask, just to learn the ability and get a white stack on there. Anything else we're poisoned, so I'm not gonna drink the vitriol right now, because it's only half as effective. And then punch him in the face. Gonna get a counterattack, of course, but that's okay. And let's just... We're all already inspired, so let's just heal ourselves. So, move our units over to create a path for Octavia to move through. Let's see, Peter, you're a bit of a rough spot, so I'm gonna get rid of the poison for you. Like so. And create a pathway for Octavia to move through to get this guy's delicious silver. Move over here. And catalyze him. So right now we're at 5 out of 10. And let's see here. We've been recording for a bit of an hour. Let's go just a bit longer. Still can let's see if we can complete this quest. Some more cultists over there. Oh, there's 4 of them. And 3 are male, I believe. So yeah, very interesting for us. Let's check our party. So we learned Cleave, and we don't have any other great swords at the moment. So now is a good time to see if we can change classes to something else. Actually, let's go for a personal favorite of mine. So the Landsknecht. We spend a lot of time over there. We learned these abilities, but they have a very interesting passive with hill training, where we don't have to worry so much about the heavy armor penalty, so it completely ignores the minus 10%. And that way we still have a relatively fast unit with a decent health pool and decent speed as well. But also the white stacks and the black stacks are baseline for the Landsknecht. So definitely one of the faster classes, but they won't get as much stamina as I level up. But if I combine that with even more, like let's say this rogue ability here, and then the swift kick ability, and I just want to keep the healing herbs because of how convenient it is to get rid of status effects. Yeah, we have another powerhouse ready to go. All right. So Octavia gets to go first, then the rest of our units. So let's see here, male, I think, female, also female, right. So let's just get rid of the women first. They're not interesting to us. The White Wife specifically requested the souls of men. Let's see here, let's just throw this at you. Let's punch you in the back. And let's throw a knife at your head. Oh, or not. Skip my turn a bit too early there. But yeah, definitely with the combination of abilities and consumable items, you can apply one of each color pretty easily as you progress through the game. But of course, as enemies become more powerful, you're gonna need a lot more stacks on every one of them. They apply red themselves, so not a complete loss. Unfortunately, we're set on fire here. Alright, so with Giorno here, what I can do is move in behind this guy. Apply 2 white stacks, and then apply a black stack, like so. Another rare passive that the Landsknecht has is for every point of expended movement, based on our maximum amount, we get 5% damage bonus. If we spend 5 points, we deal 25% more damage. So that's something you tactically want to consider, to consume as much movement as possible before attacking. That has already significantly lowered this guy's health pool. I'm just gonna punch you. So I have 2 silver stacks and 2 crimson. I'm gonna move to the back here, and let's hope that, yeah, this is enough. Easily with our skill stat being so high, we just got another boost because of our trinkets. Get rid of you. Now we have our alchemist, so we're going to Giorno can apply to white, and he's about to go after us. So what I'm thinking is we just do this, and that also already prepped this guy to be applied with silver, just for good measure. Throw a grenade in there, get both of them, making sure they're absolutely dead on their turn. Stepped into the acid. What a fool. Alright, let's see here. That is the woman. That's the man, so we definitely want some silver on him. We can just get rid of her. Oh, he's giving us a handling here. Unfortunately, I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, we could work with this. We can definitely work with this. Gotta move up to him. We're gonna use the swift kick ability. That gives him the silver we need, and scabalize him. Like so, perfect. You were the female one, so we don't care too much. Are you? Hard to tell sometimes with them. I know for certain that he is male, so with that said, we're going to move you over here. And apply some white stacks. Punch you. And then we're gonna use this leg sweep ability. Now this will apply 1 black, it will deal some damage, but most importantly it will reduce their movement, which he just dodged because of his evasion ability as a rogue. Still got the stack on him though, which is more important. So we don't need to care too much about you. In terms of health, we're all poisoned and on fire, and they did some work on us. So let's just heal that up, like so. And spend that last cheeky action point on just stabbing him with a rusty needle. It's their Marauder's turn. Yeah, they're focusing on Jono at the moment. She'll be fine. Let's just get ourselves some more silver. But that's this guy. There we go. I'm on fire but not poisoned, so I can just drink this potion without having to worry about the effectiveness. And then in this case, definitely want to heal Jono with this panacea. Gets rid of the stacks. Excellent. 2 silver is on there, so just in case I'm gonna have Octavia finish this one off. Instead, I've been overpowered and I've been poisoned, so get rid of those. The armor doing its job by removing some white stacks. I think I was very close to learning Inspiring Shout actually, so I'm just gonna use that again. And I think that means we've learned it permanently now. It's really nice. Gonna give her one more turn. I think she's female, judging by the sound. But anyway, just to make sure, we're gonna give Octavia the honors. So we're at 8 out of 10 now. So only 2 to go, but ooh, we picked up a new dagger. And found some Molotovs. Throwing daggers. It's always exciting when you find a new weapon in BlackLegend, because that means you can check like, hey, what new abilities can I learn? So yeah, Flores learned his Inspiring Shout ability, which means we can check out his other weapons. So we have a Cutlass, which is going to teach him a passive ability here, which is called Bring Them Down. So every time we use the Catalyzing Strike, all our nearby allies are going to receive a strength buff. So if we use physical attacks, our allies are going to become more proficient with them. So that is very useful. What else do we have here? We have the Longsword, which teaches the Tactician's Mark, which applies exposed and overpowered on the target. So the exposed means that they will take additional damage based on our skill stat, and overpowered doubles the amount of alchemy stacks, so that just marks someone for death. Right now I think the Cutlass is more interesting to us because of the passive ability, so we're just going to equip that on him. Oh, look at that. Nice. Still needs a bit more work on the Acid Flask here. Octavia hasn't used her new ability yet, so she made no progress there. And I think with Jorno we're just gonna keep him this way, unless it might be interesting and fun to, let's see here, changing him to a rogue, and yeah, we automatically equip some interesting armor here. So this is the Blood Coral Captain's Coat, and what that does is every time we deal damage we're gonna get a stack of red on us, which sounds bad, but the additional effect is that every time for every stack that we have, all our stats will increase by 10%. So the more red we have on us, the more powerful we become. Now that means it's both a boon and a curse. But in this case, let's see here, we have the Synquidea, which is a Plague Doctor skill, so maybe it's more interesting there. Let's see here, Dusty Flintlock. What I'm gonna do is with Flores here, I'm gonna give him his old gun back, which is a bit worse. But then Giorno can equip this one and learn Anticipation, which has a 50% chance to just completely avoid damage. And then, let's see here, we can give him the Knife, which gives us access to Venom Sting, which is what the rogues have been using on us to poison us. Cross-class wise, we want definitely, let's go for the Swift Kick for the silver, the medicine here, and No, it might be more interesting to just make a Plague Doctor again. And teach him this passive. Any HP restored above the target's maximum HP is converted to adrenaline instead. Very useful. Gonna give him this Balestrino, which is his tiny crossbow. And because we've lost quite a bit of armor, I'm just gonna give him a higher vitriol, which will restore 50% of our maximum HP if we drink it, just to keep him safer in combat. And with that, I think we're good to go. Most of our changes. 2 more silver to get, and oh, look at that! I see 2 more silver ready to go. So I'm just going to make a safety save in this case, because we took quite a beating last time. Just want to make sure that we come out of this alive. I'm gonna move. Let's see here, Octavia to the front. Then it's Giorno's turn, then it's Floris. Yeah, should be good. Both of these look like they're males, and they're both tier 2 cultists, so they're gonna be armed with those fog grenades, unfortunately. We have decent amount of space to maneuver around, so it shouldn't become too much of an issue. Let's see here. I'm actually gonna use a rage ability now. So we're empowered and hastened, so our next turns are going to come faster, and our strength has been significantly increased. And you will apply red to yourself. So I'm just going to give you a kidney shot. So yeah, if you look here, our strength has increased significantly. We're up to 414 strength already. It's going to overwhelm us. Our main character is going to be on healing duty for a bit, so I'm just going to take care of herself first. And this first aid technique, which is a very basic ability, it helps a little bit. Just topping up Floris over there. Floris is going to move over here. I'm gonna apply a red stack on him, and then a white stack on him to get the silver going. Like so. This executioner here does have a rifle, so that means it's very interesting for me to throw this flash grenade at him. It's going to reduce his marksmanship and just decrease his damage overall. And then the white stacks we can exploit later to get some silver. You just throw a rocket at me. It's just rude. Alright, it's Peter's turn. He's still learning the flask ability. So let's just continue with that by throwing it in on this fool. Like so. Move back a bit. Yeah, Achilles. So executioners are a bit special. They can use both great axes and rifles to execute their targets. And that means that any ability they can use with an axe, they can also use with a rifle. So our movement on Peter has been reduced because of his Achilles ability. And I really want to get rid of this Marauder here. So I am moving up to him. Let's just get 2 Crimson Stacks. We're mainly interested in the silver, but I also want to kill him simultaneously. Like so. It's Giorno's turn. I didn't equip black on him. Let's see here what's most interesting. Let's just top up Octavia. She harmed herself a bit with that rage. There we go. There's stealth movement. Yeah, I can reach Peter and use some first aid on it. There we go. Let's see here. Let's just apply 2 stacks of black on this guy so that he has silver prepped. And then this one. Gotta apply 2 gold and then 1 silver. So I think if we finish this battle with some catalysts from Octavia, we have finished this stage of the quest. There's that fog grenade. So that was most interesting because we're all bunched up here. Ooh, Floris, your stacks are building. You can run, but you can't hide. Oh, 2 hit points left. That's just kicking to death then. Alright. Move over here, and this dagger will just go straight to you, buddy. Like so. It's always a good idea to check. Yep. We're all topped up in terms of health, so the rest of the journey will go smooth. There you go. So yeah, we've got the next stage of the quest. So we turned the juniper berry into a soul berry, and they want us to return it to her. So we're just gonna make our way back now to the White Wives. See what else they have for us. I did not notice the dogs. Darn. We've been out-stealthed by the doggies. Let's see, because I want to learn Rage, it's not too big of a deal. Just gonna use that, and then prep some stacks again. It's a lot easier to deal with battles when you don't have to go for a specific catalyst. So this shouldn't take too much time. Alright, let's kick you. Let's stab you. Let's punch you. So yeah, we took a bunch of red stacks, but our stats are also drastically increased. That's sort of the risk reward that you're going for, and this is the fun of having a bunch of abilities where they all cost only 1 action point. So what I'm gonna do here is do the kidney shot, and then I'm gonna use the melee attack. So barely lived. Darn. Can finish him off this way, which I think I will do. There we go, it's one less doggy to worry about. Some space here. So yeah, with our 400 plus strength, we're just gonna absolutely tear through him through raw base damage. Just double those stacks of Negro dough on him. The dogs aren't too scary on their own, they're mostly annoying with the status effects they apply. There's some other types of enemies called neckers, which are also from partly Belgian and Dutch folklore, and those can also catalyze you on top of everything else. They're almost a more dangerous version of the dogs, but they mostly hang out near water, and we were very lucky that we didn't encounter them so far. Yeah, let's turn here. Can I be creative here? I think I can. With some friendly fire, sorry Flores, but that's another dog down. And you'll be fine anyway. I've got a disease here. Eat some herbs. Punch a dog. There we go. Yeah, might be more interesting to go for the kick first. And then just paralyze him. Looks like we couldn't finish him single hit this time. But the dog is bleeding in this case. Yeah, doesn't feel so good now, does it? There we go. Go to sleep, doggy. Pick that up. Because we went through this way, we shouldn't have too much issues encountering any more enemies, which is convenient. Just head over here and talk to our fair maidens.
You return, bearing our berry. Take it off of your person, so you may hand it over.
So because we still have it equipped, she wants us to unequip it from Octavia here. So just do that for her and then talk to her again.
I sense you are one who completed their task. Hand over the vessel, so I may extract the souls. The berry still holds latent power, infused with the spirits of the living. You may keep it as a token of our favor. With souls in hand, we require a body for the new one, a body empty of mind. The ones who worship the immortal one will not do. Once, we owned a tool of harvesting, fit for loyal wives working the field. This instrument now resides where we once lived. We who can only walk the white, beseech you, please retrieve it from our old home. With scythe in hand, reap the bodily essence of the ones lost to the fog. The full extraction requires one of each combination of bodily humor. When your task is complete, please return here once more.
Alright, find the hand site in the slums district. Now, we're going to end the stream here, unfortunately. We're not showing off the entire game. But that hopefully gives you a bit of a better idea of what kind of quests you can expect in BlackLegend. So thank you for joining us. Hope it was a very informative session. As always, if you want to see when we go live or any other news about the game's development and the progress we're making, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. We usually try to post regularly there, just with tiny tidbits of information about the game. During the entire Steam Festival, the game's demo is available. Now, this area is not included, so this is more of a exclusive sneak peek. But definitely check it out if the game has you interested. You can play for a bit up to a certain point. And if you have any questions, definitely ask them. We have a Discord server which you can join for all Warcave related things. The Steam Community Hub is also already open. And if you like what you see, definitely wishlist. It helps us a lot to keep track of how many people are interested. And over time will just benefit us greatly. So thank you all for joining us, and I will see you next time. Take care.